What are your earliest memories of the farm and Resudgeon when you first got beyond the doorstep?
Well, living next door to my grandparents and spending a lot of time with my grandmother. She used to take me around, and I sort of doted on her. And well, then the first thing I can remember is I was seeing all the other children going to school and wanting to go to school. That was my main ambition in life. It was to hurry up and grow up and be 5 and go to school.
I mean, Resudgeon now, the main part of Resudgeon is on that busy road between Helston and Penzance, but presumably in the 30s it was much quieter.
Dead quiet. Dead quiet. There was only just about half a dozen houses and bungalows down from Trebarva Lane, and about half a dozen the other side. That was all that was there.
And would most of the people that lived there then have been local people?
Yes. I can only remember one family, one lady that came down from up the country, and we didn't know what to think of her because she'd come from up the country and she spoke differently and she acted differently and lived a lovely person, but you just didn't know.
So it was unusual then, especially in villages, for
anybody
to move in.
Yeah, that is right. That is right. And well, we used to sell milk and sell milk at the door, and the people used to come knocking at the door. Mother would have their measure up their jugs. The jugs would be all on the table, and it was lovely seeing people, because you didn't see a lot of people. You see, didn't see a lot of people. And they all come to pick up their milk and their cream and the eggs and all that. That is my first memories of.
Presumably not a lot of motor transport, really.
No, very little. We were one of the first ones to have a car. My father had a car, and one of the first ones to have it.
Your father owned his own farm, did he?
His mother did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a family farm.
Yeah. Well, it was only a small holding, really. And then he did rent some more land. And, well, we were really market gardening. We had a few cows, but market gardening.
What was it like working on the land then? It was obviously not as much technology.
Oh, no. I can remember them putting in potatoes, because we were the early meadows near Perrin, Youth now, and having a couple of men come and help us, and they used to put them in with a spade. Dig the trenches and go on, and they'd come on with wood boxes that Father had made and drop them in. It was so different to...
All done by hand?
Yes, everything done by hand. Everything.
And a lot more people working on the land.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Is that... I mean, looking back on it now, it must be one of the biggest changes in rural areas, the amount of people that actually work on the land when you were a child.
Yeah,
compared
well,
with
I
now.
can remember that when I was a small girl, going out the front garden gate and looking out the gate. I can see them now on their bicycles, 10 or a dozen men going down to Perrin now to work on the farms in the mornings, going on about 7 o'clock, and then going back 5:30, all on these bicycles, and they were all allocated to, worked on different farms, and you knew them all, and they were all local people who lived right in the vicinity, all on their bicycles, and, well, perhaps one or two of them would walk. But they always made it, always got there on time, and I suppose they left work on time.
And obviously, in those days, there wasn't the intensive farming.
Oh, no.
There is now.
No. They were, the early potatoes, they were the main thing. They wanted to get them in and get them out pretty quick, but not like it is now. Nothing.
They were dug, by
hand?
Picked up by hand?
Yeah, I can see my father now. Auntie and the workman having, well, we call them evils, but they're forks, digging them up and throwing them out in ranks, as they call it. And we children had to come on with baskets and pick them up, sort them out and put them in bags.
Would you say it was, being brought up on a farm then, was quite an innocent sort of childhood, really?
Oh, very.
In many ways?
Very. Very. Well, you didn't hear anything about crime, or you didn't hear anything about thieving or anything like that, and you always looked on the policeman as a friend. You'd see him on his bicycle, and you would, going to school, coming home, you would stop and speak to him, and everybody was so friendly with everybody else, and I mean, no doors were ever locked. could go to town, never lock a door and never shut a window.
Yeah.
Come home, everything would be the same as you left it.
And what about conditions in the house? Did you have any main services at the time, electric and?
No, not until 1939. We had oil lamps and candles, and no bathroom, and the water was from a well pump. Used to pump that, and used to pump it for all the cows and pigs and whatever. Yeah, but didn't. And then for washing, there was always the wash house, and Sunday night the copper would be filled, and the baths all filled. It had to be carried. Oh, well, I don't know, 50 yards, I suppose. Carry all the water, but nobody complained.